you telling them?
No, I'm not telling them.
I'm going to tell them.
You do it.
Listen, someone needs to tell them. Bet it's not going to be me.
Vic, I think you're the favourite host, so you tell them.
Listen, don't
They'll
charm
take it better
me.
from you.
Don't charm me. Actually, no, I think that will work. No, I can't. It's an ick. It's an ick.
Yeah, but come on, I've proved that I'm a walking ick, so it's your turn to be an ick.
I don't know if I can take that for the team, mate. I've got a reputation to uphold.
Well, it's not as if you're dating anymore. You ain't got to impress anyone.
All right, you make a fair point. You make a fair point. Okay, we fucked up.
We fucked up massively.
Laura fucked up.
Yeah, okay, I did.
We were recording, obviously, this episode visually for the YouTube.
The YouTube.
And the shorts and stuff that we put on various platforms to promote the podcast.
Wow, way to make me feel worse, Vic.
And it cut out after 15 minutes.
Yeah.
We have the audio recording of the whole episode.
Thank fuck, because it was a brilliant fucking episode.
I mean, it weren't bad. I had fun.
I had fun.
But some of us are more professional than others. I'm laying it on thick. No, basically, we don't have video for the whole thing.
We do not, but we thought we would jump on.
Yeah.
Just so we can have a little bit of video for you.
Yes.
But here is episode 14.
Yes.
Enjoy.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome back to another week of the BGC Podcast. It's great to see you.
Great to see you here, as always, on this Friday morning.
Yes, thank you for being here.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Wrong title?
Oh, absolutely. Let's get to it.
Then. Two friends. Hi, I'm Laura.
Hi, I'm Vic.
One big gay chat. From coming out,
Staying out,
and everything in between. Long-term relationships,
dating disasters,
quite possibly the most unreasonable icks.
the BGC Podcast.
So then, Vic, how has your week been this week?
Good, thanks, mate. Good, thanks. Busy at work.
Busy at work.
Very busy at work.
Any particular reason?
I think it was still the end of the holiday. What is it, half term? Easter half term?
Oh, yeah, because I get like 2 weeks off, don't I?
Yeah. I thought it was only 1 week. No.
No.
DOS. Yeah, very busy. Lots of running around, but very good. Lots of steps. My knee, little tender. Not too much sympathy.
Been doing your exercises?
But the weather also has been improving somewhat, hasn't it? No, I haven't been doing my exercises,
Oh, there you
mate.
go. Sympathy gone.
Yeah, very terrible. It's just finding the time.
Yeah.
It's just finding the time.
Have you also filled out your ADHD form?
I have.
Oh, you have?
I have filled it out.
So we didn't have to remind you that much then?
No.
But?
May not have taken it in yet. Keep forgetting to take it in.
Okay, so that's what you got to do this week.
Yes. Well, it won't be this week because I'm working for the rest of it. And I do 6 till 6. It will be closed by the time I finish. And it won't be open when I leave. I will get it. I will deliver it. I will.
Promise?
I don't want to promise anything that I can't deliver on.
You've got 5 listeners right now.
Yeah, no, I don't want to promise anything I can't deliver on. It will happen. How's your week been?
It's been okay.
Another only okay thing?
Yeah, I mean, it was very touch and go whether we would actually film this.
Yeah.
Because I have been struck, not with COVID, but
No.
with a cold. I've done 3 tests. It's not COVID. So this is the best my voice has been in the past few
You
days.
do sound a lot better than you did yesterday when I spoke to you.
Yeah. So it's very touch and go.
Bless you.
Thank you. I didn't sneeze.
That was terrible. No, that was awful. That was not your best work.
No, I know. So I have been a little under the weather, but getting through it.
Yeah.
So it just haven't actually given me a lot of chance to catch up with TV.
Okay.
Now,
Oh.
I do like trashy TV.
I know. It's one of your flaws.
And I've got my other half to blame for that, because she's the one that gets me into it.
Okay.
I always start with, like Love Island, for example. Oh, can we watch Love Island? Oh, do I have to watch that shit? Then I'm like, so who's this? And were they seeing them? So, but yeah, I have been a dedicated watcher of MAFS.
What?
Sorry. Married at First Sight.
Okay.
Australia.
Yeah,
so we get to talk in this accent now.
Okay.
That was a little
South African, but we're here
yeah,
for it.
Okay. One of my many talents. So yeah, I've been watching MAFS Australia.
Nice.
And I love it.
Yeah.
And anyone else that watches it, tell me Lucinda is your favourite.
Okay.
Honestly, right, I'll play you a video when we finish this so you can listen to Lucinda talk. I could listen to that woman talk all day.
She's got a good voice.
Oh my God.
Oh, I feel like someone with a good voice is
soothing.
Yeah.
She needs to bring out like a podcast. Get it out there, Lucinda. Or an audiobook.
Okay.
I could just listen to her all day, but she's no longer in it.
Oh.
Spoiler, sorry.
Damn.
But it probably would have finished by the time this goes out, because I think it's the last week this week.
Okay.
Anyway, so long story short, they talk a heck of a lot about love languages.
Okay.
And I feel like, is this a recent thing? Because I don't really know what they are.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I think they are sort of more spoken about. I don't know if it's now or if it's just an age thing, really.
Well, because we're getting older and more mature.
Well, we're getting older. We're getting older. Yeah, no, there are five.
Five?
Five love languages. And
steady
and the
on.
equipment. She's a professional.
So
you've got quality time, words of affirmation, physical touch, receiving gifts, and acts of service.
How did you learn these?
We don't. Well, I think okay. For you and your partner, you've been together for 12 years.
Yes.
So you naturally have just sort of grown to know each other, your love languages, without even realizing. You obviously
some may say grown together, others may say wing it.
I mean, same, one of the same, my friend. So you would have naturally found out how to love each other and how the other person wants to be loved and stuff.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure 12 years ago, love language wasn't a bloody thing.
Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, I've not only really the last few years have I sort of been a bit like, love languages, yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah.
And sort of, taking them on board a bit more and sort of been aware when I have been, dating or whatever, to try and either ask if the person's pretty hard to read, or...
Is that a question you ask on a date now? What's your love language?
I mean, yeah.
If someone asked me that, I'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a first date question for me personally.
What's your favourite colour? What is your love language?
Yeah, but yeah, definitely, I don't see the issue. If someone was to ask me, that wouldn't be... In fact, I would actually class that as a green flag.
Okay.
Personally.
Well, no, it's not a red flag, is it?
No, they're just getting to know me, what makes me feel, maybe not necessarily loved, but, cared about.
So a love language, is that... Because this is all new to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is a love language what makes you feel loved, or is it what you do to make that person feel loved?
I think, well, a bit of both, really. A love language is more about how what makes you feel loved. So for me, my love languages are physical touch, quality time. I mean, they're a bit of all, but I think my top three out of
all
5.
of them.
Yeah,
I love all the languages.
I mean, I'm not a big gifts. Like, obviously, it feels nice when someone, receiving gifts, or like you give gifts, as in, oh God, not like gifts as in here's a funny picture that moves.
I was going to say that would be my love language, 100%. I love a
good
gift.
It really would be. No, gifts as in, people automatically think Chanel handbag.
Right.
But it could be flowers. It could be your favourite chocolate. It could be small things. Doesn't necessarily have to be big, expensive, extravagant gifts.
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 Yeah.
But I think for me, my top 3 out of the 5 would be physical touch, quality time, and words of affirmation.
Okay.
But when I know I'm into someone when I do something for them, so technically acts of service, I suppose.
Okay.
But also planning something, doing stuff for them, basically making their life easier, hopefully.
Right. So name the 5 again.
So you've got quality time, words of affirmation,
which means basically people telling you they love
you,
you're beautiful,
you're
amazing,
well,
you're fabulous, we love you.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Just nice things.
Okay.
So quality time, words of affirmation, physical touch, self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Receiving gifts.
And
quality time.
Acts of service.
So
I would say, for one thing, I'm a giver, I'm not a receiver. So gifts and acts of service is something that I would do.
Mm-hmm.
So for me to feel loved, I'd probably say it's physical touch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what finger that was. Physical touch. And words of affirmation.
Yeah.
Quality time. I do like going out on date days and stuff like that, but it's not the be all or end all for me.
Yeah, I think quality time is different for people as well. Like you say, going out on dates, whereas for some people it is they could live together, very much like you and your partner, but they have that time where maybe they just put their phones down and they sit together and they watch a program that they've wanted to watch for a while, or a film, and
okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
If that's counted as quality time, then
100.
Yeah.
Time together where you don't have the distractions of life, let's say.
I must admit, quality time for me and my partner, when we're at home, is I sit on this sofa, she sits on the chair just over there.
Yeah.
We watch
my chair.
Yes.
That's rude.
Yeah, Vic, your chair.
Right. We're going to have to discuss that at length, I think. I'm just putting that out there. Complaint noted.
Okay. We watch TV and we both play 10-10 on our phones. That's quality time for us.
What's 10-10?
Oh, it's a game you need to get on your phone.
Is it?
Yeah, 10-10.
Right.
I've recently got my mum and her partner into it.
Okay.
And
Do you play it together?
No, separately. 12 years, Vic. 12
Tell me you've been in a relationship for 12 years without telling me you've been in a relationship for 12 years. No, and do you know what? Fair enough. But you're still in a room together.
Yeah, she goes away for work. And I must admit, I do hate it when she's not here. So it is nice when, she went on tour last year and she wasn't at home for near on 9 months. And it was nice when she came back.
Yeah.
But it was also a bit I've got to get used to living with you again. And while she was away, we moved.
Yes,
so
you did.
This was my house.
Yeah.
For God knows how long. And then she moved into my house.
And then I moved in. No, not yet. I'm getting ahead of myself.
I think you've actually lived in this house longer than what she has.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah. Great times.
But I mean, I must admit, with love languages, it makes me feel good when I buy her presents or when I do something for her. So could that be counted as one?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think, to some degree, love languages can be seen quite, not selfish, but they are for you.
Yeah.
And how you give that love as well. Obviously, it's well reciprocated by your partner. Otherwise, you wouldn't have worked for so long. That's not the one thing, obviously, that your relationship is based on. But, they're...
because I didn't even know what they were.
Yeah. But because you just naturally do it, which is grossly beautiful.
She says through gritted teeth.
Yes, absolutely. You're great together.
Yeah.
And I think also, we were having this discussion earlier, I think, when, 12 years and you recently went through something that you hadn't been through together before. And you'd had this really nice conversation about how something made you feel, and she discussed it, and it was natural. Yeah. And that's what you two are naturally made for each other.
Yeah.
So trying to find those love languages, and the fact that you haven't known about them just proves that.
Yeah.
That's quite nice. But it's again for people that don't find that, or just need maybe a little bit more insight into someone before they sort of be like, okay, like maybe we should like make this a bit more serious or whatever, they are good to be aware of it.
So would you, as someone that is recently been in the dating world, more recent than me, would you say that love languages are integral to your dating styles? Or
I think,
like, for example, you're recently seeing someone, would you say that your love languages complement each other?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think we're quite similar in some aspects. Obviously, we're still learning about each other, and you know, there are still things that we personally are sort of making our way through. You know, I've been single for a long time. She's been single for a long time, and then trying to introduce someone into your routine or your life.
Yeah, that must be difficult. Like, obviously, both being single for such a long time, and like, obviously, I know how long you've been single for. I don't know how long she's been single for. But having to get used to, you know, being so independent and being on your own, and then all of a sudden being put together and having to then consider another person as well. That must be difficult.
And I think the difference is, I know, like, you don't mean it, but you've just said having to consider that person. We don't have to,
Right.
but I want to consider her in my life, and navigating that can be difficult. Not difficult. She doesn't make it difficult at all. In fact, she makes it quite easy. But luckily, thank God.
No red flags so far.
Well, I think, you know, it's very person dependent. It's situation dependent. I think love languages are important, and I don't think they're the concrete foundation of making a relationship work. She says, the person who's only just recently started seeing each other. It is what it is.
Well, obviously, I never even knew about them, and here I am 12 years later. So they're obviously not integral to
everyone.
Yeah.
I think they are important. I think, you know, knowing that about someone is important. Whether you can give that to someone or whether that person, like for me, for example, I know that if I don't spend quality time with someone over a period of time, I'm gonna start to get antsy.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna be like, right, not to be gay, but I miss your face. So are we going out? Are you coming round? What's happening? Are we going for a walk? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I can be like that. And that's also new to me, obviously, being single for a while and then having that feeling. It's a bit like, but if quality time or whatever isn't her love language, is that something?
That's the thing.
Do you know what I mean? So again, it's person dependent, it's situation dependent. It's whether, you know, you can adjust, not change. We're not here to change.
No, because, well, why should you change?
Exactly. You're not.
It obviously fell for you because of the person you are. So why should you have to change?
Exactly. I think a lot of people go, oh, I can change them. No. We're not here to change.
No.
We're here to adjust.
Yeah.
And that's okay to make adjustments for people. That's fine. But we're not here to change. We're not here to mould. We're here to, again, grow.
Yeah.
Together.
That was gay.
Yeah, that was gay.
Yeah.
But like, you know, that's my view of it. You grow and you know, adjust and you just navigate it together as best you can and communicate. And I noticed you and your partner communicate so well. Like, it's just,
I would probably say that is a very recent growth with me and my partner. When I say recent, I mean like in the past 5-6 years.
Okay.
Which is basically recent, isn't it? Because at the beginning of our relationship, we didn't talk. We didn't communicate. Okay. And it was a cause for a lot of disagreements. So obviously we have learned now to, if something's bothering me, I tell her. And she's getting better, but I can always tell when something's bothering her and she's like, I'm fine. You're not though.
Yeah.
But that is something like we have definitely worked on over the past few years.
I think communication it's scary.
Yeah.
Like because you don't want to, like for me personally, I can struggle to communicate. And I think
Could have fooled me.
this is a safe space, Laura. I think I do have a tendency to speak a lot without actually really saying anything.
Right, okay.
And because I know that person needs something, I know that person needs some communication from me, but it's getting vulnerable with someone. I don't potentially want to come across like I'm insane. There's all that, and that's come from obviously, like, not obviously, but that can come from like past situations and past relationships and whatever, and you bring that with you, unfortunately. But again, it's navigating that, and communication, I would say, is more important than a love language.
100%. I could not agree more.
Yeah, I think open communication, which is hilarious because, again, I am terrible. She's working on it because that's on growth.
Listen to this back, Vic. Yeah. Just teach yourself.
I hear what you're saying. So, yeah, it's love languages are important, but I don't think they're the most important thing.
No.
For me personally. They definitely should be considered 100. But I think if you get communication down, that love language then comes with it, because then, if you feel like you're not being loved right or cared for right, then you can say, listen, I'm going to need this from you, because we're at that stage now where I feel like I don't know, want to see you more. And I think that that's a healthy step that we're at, and that I would like that from you.
Yeah.
Is that something that you can give me? So yeah, I think that communication helps understand each person and their love languages and so on and so forth.
I just want to go back to the part where you said, you shouldn't change people, which absolutely you shouldn't change people, but you grow with people. If we go back to when I was first with my other half, now, as people probably would have gathered from listening to this podcast, I'm quite an outspoken person, but I was 10 times worse.
Okay.
Right at the beginning. Like, my mouth used to get me into trouble with people, didn't it? I used to say the most inappropriate things at the wrong time. And I think the personal growth that I've gone through is because of the support and the help from my partner, because she reins me in.
Never a true word has been spoken.
So she has helped change me, but not in a toxic way. Okay. She's helped change me for the better.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I think I probably would have been in a lot of trouble by now.
Yeah.
If she wasn't part of my life.
Okay.
So I think in that instance, it's maybe a good thing.
Yeah. Absolutely. Positive.
Yeah.
Is always great.
Yeah.
It's, the thing is, you say like you were outspoken and stuff like that. Like, she has calmed you and, maybe shown you a more tactful way to communicate how you're feeling. Yeah. And that's good. I'm talking about changing as in your fundamental, what makes you tick, or what kind of person you are, as in your character and stuff like that. We're not here to, you can't change that. No.
I mean, like going straight headfirst into a relationship and being like, well, I'm changing you straight away.
Yeah.
No. But there are, I've had friends that, and I mean, I don't know whether people think this about me, but they've gone into a relationship and they have changed. It's like, you have changed and not for the better.
Yeah.
And I definitely think that it's a relationship and a partnership for a reason. It's not like I'm here to change you. Yeah. It shouldn't be that at all.
No.
Yeah.
No. And I think if the people around you are noticing that you've changed and they're like, oh, you've changed, and I don't think, if that person is really honest with themselves, they probably aren't very happy.
Yeah, probably.
Because that person, should bring out the best in you.
Yeah.
It's something that was always there, but you may not necessarily have tapped into, like your tactfulness.
There's still times now where I'm like, I'm going to say this, and she goes, no, you're bloody not. I'm like, why?
I usually say it instead.
I think there's been occasions when there's been texts going around, and I'm like, I'm just going to text this, and she goes, no, you bloody won't. And she goes and does it. I'm like, how come it's okay for you to do it? She's like, because I'm better than you. I'm like, oh.
That's so funny.
Yeah, she's definitely more tactile with words than what I am.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Self-aware. We're also a big fan of that.
Yeah.
Big fan of that.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, that's how I feel about love languages, mate.
Well, I reckon you would love watching Married at First Sight then, because they go on about it all the time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There was this one program, and it was about lesbians.
Right.
And it was about whether, like, Ultimatum.
Oh, yeah, we watched it
Yes,
together.
the Lesbian Ultimatum.
Yeah.
There was a woman on there, a girl on there, Mal, I think her name was.
Yes.
The way she was goals in regards to how she communicated, how she articulated herself, I could have listened to her all day. She was great. That's the goal.
We never finished that series. I really enjoyed it.
No, I don't think one of them reminded me of my ex, though.
Oh, okay.
So I was like,
so that's why you were never like, let's watch the next episode.
yeah, no.
Like, no.
Yeah, no, I'm okay. But yeah, she was very self-aware, very reflected on herself, and really,
it's very much like Lucinda in this season.
Yeah.
Like, her voice.
You're gonna have to show me that
drive
video.
my other half crazy.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, you love her so much. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just the way she talks.
Yeah.
She sounds like that. She's very soft.
I bloody love an Australian
And I'm going to
accent.
listen back to this. And if I sound like her,
Yeah.
I'm going to go into impersonations of Lucinda from Married at First Sight.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
I very much like talking in an Australian accent.
It's great, isn't it? It's very calming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do it all the time at work.
Do you?
Yeah, I really annoy everyone around me.
Do
bar
you?
my work friend, who also, she does it with me.
She talks to you in Australian accent?
Yeah, and also now we've linked my manager into doing it as well.
Right.
And it's just really fun.
It's such a cool accent, isn't it?
And some words like accent are actually quite hard to say.
Yes.
You have to really practice.
Yeah.
And also they do that thing at the end of every sort of sentence where they either go down or they go up.
And the inflection.
Yeah. Oh, is that what it's called?
It's an inflection. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
I've also noticed when you do it, you're very nasal.
Tell me that. I don't know what it is.
It's like, I'm going to talk to you with this Australian accent, but go very nasal.
You're not the first person to say that to me. You're not one guy at work. I was doing it in front of. It was a night shift, and I was doing it in front of him. I don't know why. I just love doing it. They don't at me, and he was like, "Oh my god, you're so good," and I was like, "And that's how I know you don't have any Australian friends," because I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. You're not the first. They go, "Why are you so nasal?"
You do. You go very nasal when you talk in Australian accent. I can go even more nasal now because I'm full of snot. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know why, but I do that. But you know, it is what it is. It's a work in progress. I feel like if you give me a few more months, actually, I would pass off as an Australian.
Okay.
All right.
If we have any Australian listeners.
So sorry. So sorry for offending you.
But also, please rate our accents. I'd love to. Yeah.
Do that. Do that. If it's anything less than a 7, you're a liar.
I also want to know, right, if there are any Australians that are listening to this, do you actually throw shrimps on the Barbie?
Yeah. Because throw shrimps on the Barbie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they actually put shrimps on the Barbie?
But I also always quote Nemo. Finding Nemo. Bruce. Good
name's Bruce.
My name's Bruce and I'm a shark. I can't help it.
A shark.
A shark.
A shark.
We're terrible. I think it's getting worse. I think it's getting. We'll quit while we're ahead.
What's the where does Marlin and Dory need to go to find Nemo?
32 Wallaby Way, Sydney.
Yeah, well done.
Is it 32?
Yeah, what's the name of the? Is it 32 or 42? Ah, P. Sherman.
P. Sherman, 42.
42.
Yeah, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney.
Oh,
What else were you going to ask?
I don't know.
All right. We've digressed quite some.
We have, but
haven't
hey,
we?
Here for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But guys, we do want you, what do you think about love languages? Are they important to you? What is your love language? Do you even know what your love language is?
And do you know what? I have heard that it's not necessarily those 5.
Oh my God, there's more.
Apparently.
It's like different types of lesbian all over again.
So if there's anything else that you class as a love language, let us know. Because we're under no illusion that there may be more. You didn't even know about the 5, so it could be 11. I don't know.
There could be 242.
Oh, that's slightly too many.
Too many.
I barely remember
That's
the 5.
too much love.
Yeah. Too much love. Yeah. Just let us know.
Any other news, gossip, slander, anything?
Any other news, gossip, or slander?
Yeah.
No, I do have a confession.
Oh no.
I feel like I need to get it off my chest.
Right.
I owe an apology to someone.
Oh God.
Because I have taken their work for my own. And it's time I fess up.
What?
Any news, gossip, or slander isn't mine.
What? Where is it from? Who?
It's from the girl I'm seeing.
Wow.
God, it feels so good to get that off my chest. I've really been eating myself up over it. No, she heard me say it in a podcast and she was like, can we? I was like, do you know what you mean? Do you mean? Do you mean, mate? Nah, what? What are you saying? Nah, don't know.
Wow.
And then I said it again. And she was like, is there going to be a credit to me? And I was like, credit for what? It's a saying. It's a well-known saying. I tried to gaslight her, yeah. So, yeah, I do have to get it off my chest. It's not mine.
I think Vic, if you are ever poorly or ever ill, she can stand in for you.
Whoa.
She comes up with these great sayings.
Well, the one. Okay, that might have been a lie. I'm only ready to confess the one.
Okay. Wait for the next confession next week. I have something else to say.
Yeah, but no, listen, I think, I've tried to ride on the coattails long enough now. It's not mine. But it's really good, isn't it?
It is. I love it.
Any news, gossip, or slander? Oh.
It's perfect.
Bellissimo.
Yeah. Well done. Well done.
Yeah. Cheers, mate. Cheers for that. So I'm really glad. Thanks for allowing the safe space for me to live my truth.
I mean, you wouldn't have said it if I hadn't have said any news.
You are so right.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't say it, because I was like, no, we're not going to mention anyone.
Mm-hmm. One thing I do want to know, a couple of episodes ago, story of the lost vape.
Yeah.
Was your friend's friend a vapor? You said you'd find out.
Yeah, I forgot.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I think she is.
So she is a vapor, but she still thinks it's an ick to go back for a vape.
I can't remember. Sorry.
Okay, so we'll come back to that.
Oh, God. I don't know if we will. I'll forget to ask.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you'll forget. So let's just assume in their heads that she is a vapor. Okay. Also, going back to that ick.
Right.
My other half had something to say about that ick.
Okay.
And she said she doesn't think it's an ick going back to get something.
Right.
However, she was an ick one day. And I was like, please explain, because I'm intrigued. So have you ever gone shopping?
I think I have, yeah.
Yeah.
Once or twice.
And then you know, to end a shopping spree, you go for dinner.
Oh, best day, yes.
And
love
you put
that.
the bags under your table.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
Save
eat your
space.
food.
Yeah.
And you forget about your bags.
Oh.
And then you have to go back to the table that you were sat at.
Okay.
Where it has new people sat at.
Oh.
And you have to ask to just, can you move your legs so I can just get my bag?
No.
Yeah, she said, I was an ick that day.
Oh, no.
Yes.
She did that.
She did that.
And there were people sat at the
Yeah. I mean, it's a bit stupid for the people that are sat there not to notice these bags.
Well, I think it would depend on, where you were sat.
Yeah.
That's
How embarrassing.
God, I look at her in a completely different light now.
Yeah.
Nearly as much. That's nearly bothered me as much as buttering the one piece of bread.
Which apparently is normal.
Nah.
Nah.
Beg to differ. Oh, bless her.
Yeah.
Listen, we've all done icky things.
We have.
And, you know, it's character building.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Should we have another ick?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
It's time for Vick's Icks. I'm excited for this one. Not that I know what it is.
Okay, this one I don't know if I entirely agree with.
So you don't agree it's an ick?
No, and I think because that means I'm an ick. So this is someone who doesn't use the 24-hour clock. So it's 6 p.m. instead of 1800. That's an ick, apparently.
Yeah, but I say 6 p.m.
No, so that's fine. But if you're like, I don't know. So for me, I have paperwork, like certain bits of paperwork at work that need filling out and it needs the 24-hour clock time.
Yeah.
I don't have that anywhere, so I have to like figure it out. But like if you were to put 6 p.m, that would be an ick instead of 1800. I don't think it is. Who likes math? Maths. Not me.
Yeah, we're not American, Vic.
No.
I fucking hate that. I do math. I do maths.
Don't. I got atted for it last night. Okay.
Did
Yeah. Was coming back from the cinema.
Yeah.
I said something about math.
Maths.
It's maths.
It is maths. Anyway, back to the ick.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit confused. So if you were to say, I say to you, come round tomorrow at 6 p.m, that's an ick.
No, I don't think they're expecting you to say 1800. But on your phone, for example,
Yeah.
do you have a 24-hour clock?
Yeah.
Okay, then you're not an ick.
Do you have a 24-hour clock?
No.
Oh, Vic, I get confused. Obviously, I know it's like the afternoon. I'll tell you something that really confuses me.
Go
This
on.
is going off on a tangent, but not quite. I sometimes, and I don't know whether it's maybe I'm slightly dyslexic. I don't
Okay.
know. But with the 24-hour clock, whenever I see 1600, which is 4 o'clock, I instantly think it's 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And 1900, which is obviously 7 o'clock, I instantly think that's 9 o'clock.
Do you think you're just seeing that last number and being
Yeah.
like, oh, it's that?
But anything else, I don't get confused. It's
Interesting.
only those two times.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, I just instantly like,
You don't get confused at 1800 and think it's 8.
no, I know that's 6.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm an ick, apparently.
Yeah, it's not an ick, but I'd have, because of the digital age that we're living in now, I have to have 24-hour clock.
Okay.
24 yeah, not 12-hour, 24-hour clock.
Yeah, see, no, I don't. I used to use it all the time when I was in cadets. They teach you it.
You're in
But-
cadets?
Sea and air cadets.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me you're a lesbian without telling me you're a lesbian.
Right? Such a stereotype. Yeah. Yes,
Ah.
they teach you it there. And
Yeah.
obviously you learn it in school and stuff as well, I think. But
Yeah.
they use it a lot there.
I wonder if like kids nowadays, because obviously time is so much. I'm going off on one now.
Okay.
Time is so accessible,
Mm.
like with your phone, and 9 times out of 10, a watch is not a watch; it's a smartwatch.
Mhm.
I wonder if kids nowadays find it more difficult to tell the time.
Potentially. On an actual clock.
Yeah,
Potentially.
yeah, be interesting. Do any of you have kids of an age that are learning to tell the time because of the digital age we're living in? Do they find it more difficult to tell time?
That's a really good
I remember
question.
when I was younger, I found it very difficult to learn how to tell the time.
Yeah.
And then I got it when I was like 21.
No.
But yeah, I reckon kids nowadays probably find it very difficult
Yeah, and that wouldn't surprise me.
because it's just there now, isn't
Yeah.
it? And they're probably more intuitive to the 24-hour clock because of, laptops, smartphones.
Yep.
Unless you physically put it onto 12-hour.
Yeah.
It's default with 24, isn't it?
I think as well, because if you think about all the generation now that are doing their driving lessons, they have to have a sat nav, don't they?
Do they have sat nav?
Yeah, I'm sure they do it with a sat nav now, and they don't. not that I didn't need to read road signs, and obviously road signs, but not like directional signs. In my test, they just told me where to go.
Well, yeah.
But now they have, I'm sure, they have sat navs. They have to learn how to follow a sat nav while driving.
I mean, that's good.
I mean,
so
yeah,
they don't get
because
distracted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another question for our listeners. I was having this conversation the other day with Vic. Do you have, if you're a driver and you have a sat nav in your car, do you use your sat nav for anywhere you go, or do you just use it for places where you don't know where you're going?
Yeah, that was a good conversation.
Yeah.
Also, do you put it on loud? Because for me, and I know it's different for you, but for me, I use it only if I have to.
Yeah.
Like, only if I'm like, I 100% don't know where I'm going.
Yeah.
I will put it on, but I will not have it on loud.
Whereas, if I don't know where I'm going, I obviously have a sat nav on, but I have to have it on loud because I work better if I hear the directions. I don't want to have to keep looking down. But if I'm driving to work, I know my way to work, but I have the sat nav on silent, but I always put the sat nav on so I know an ETA. So I have to know that I'll get to work in time. But then even when I finish my shift, I still put it on to come home, so I know what rough time I'll get home.
Okay. Interesting.
Always have to have a sat nav on.
Yeah.
Driving to another part of the country to go and see my parents, have to have the sat nav on. I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
I live there all majority of my life.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yes, as soon as I am like, I could probably guess the way, I will.
Yeah.
I won't use it.
Oh.
And it's not like it's in my way. It's just something that my center console thing. It's
Dashboard.
Well, isn't the dashboard in front of you?
Oh.
There's a question. Another one.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just much prefer driving without it. I think because then I can concentrate, take in the music, look at the sights, obviously while looking at the road.
Yeah, obviously. What, 10 and 2?
yeah. Always 10 and 2.
Don't do this.
Yeah. Oh no, we don't do that. Absolutely not.
Don't have a Starbucks in one hand.
No, we are safe drivers. Yeah. No, that was a good conversation.
Yeah,
it would be interesting to know how people feel about sat navs.
Yeah, definitely.
And what their routine with it is,
and
if they have one.
And also, if you've recently passed your test, did you have to do a part of your test using a sat nav?
Yes, please do, because I'm sure I heard that. So do let us know.
Because I'm one of these old fogies now that says, I've been driving for 16 years.
Have you?
Yeah.
How long have I been driving for? Nearly 7. Late bloomer. I didn't need to pass my test until I was 25.
That's the thing, innit? If you don't need to.
Yeah.
Whereas I needed to.
Yeah.
To get to work and stuff. I wasn't going to be a bus wanker.
No.
Hate public transport.
I couldn't live without my car.
No.
Oh my God.
My car goes into the MOT for a day and I'm like, oh, where's it gone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any type of work, I'm like, oh my God, I'm missing a part of me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love my car.
Yeah.
Love driving. Anyway, I think we've procrastinated enough. We should probably actually end this episode.
Yeah, before we go on to another complete tangent.
Yeah.
So guys, you can follow us on all social media platforms. The social media platforms are Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and on the
Threads.
Yes, on the odd occasion, Thread. She's learning.
Yeah, she is.
Just type in the BGC Podcast and we will be popping up in your face. So just click a little follow. You can also subscribe to us on the YouTube.
The YouTube.
Yeah, we are slowly building in subscribers.
Yeah, we are.
Almost at 200 now.
Woo!
Almost.
Damn.
And I'm hoping by the time that this podcast goes live, we would have had 500 downloads of the actual audio podcast.
Ah. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. We have recently been listened to in Lithuania quite a few times.
Check us out.
So if you are our Lithuanian listener, hello.
Hi there.
Hope you're enjoying it. But if you do want to get in touch and be part of the conversation, guys, you can email us at
thebgcpod@gmail.com.
Yes, you can. But until next Friday, I've been Laura.
I've been Vic.
And we'll see you soon.
Be seeing you.
Bye.